Okay, here with Calvin Robbins Jr. So for those who didn't read your previous interview with Alex Brown, just talk about your basketball journey. How did you get started in the game, and how did you get to where you are today?
Pretty much this basketball journey started in 6th grade. I joined my school team at Kenwood Elementary School. I joined the team in 6th grade, and I pretty much joined the team because during recess, me and my friends would just play on the court, and I just loved it. And they would always tell me to play with the team, but I just never did. So one day I just gave it a shot, and I joined the team. I was terrible though, but it was still a fun experience, putting on that Skinner jersey, and it definitely turned me into the person I am today.
Okay. Do you play any other sports coming up? Or?
I used to bowl actually. Bowling was my first sport. I've been bowling since I was 4. I stopped in 6th grade though because of basketball, and they were interfering with each other. But I used to be like a professional bowler. I was in a league, and we would travel across the country just doing tournaments and playing other kids my age.
Okay, you still bowling on the side for fun a little bit?
For fun, yeah, whenever I have time. I just got a new bowling ball, so I need to test that out a little bit. Beat my dad up a little bit, since I can finally beat him. He's a little old now, but definitely I still do.
Okay, what's your typical score when you're out bowling?
Typical score? When I was younger, I averaged like a 205.
All right.
But I'd say if I go now, I'll be like a 160. So still not bad, but still not as good as I used to be, because I used to bowl every day.
Gotcha, okay. And what was it about basketball that kind of made you fall into the game?
Something just about meeting new people. Basketball has introduced me to so many new opportunities, meeting so many new people, and just opening so many more doors for me. And something about just screaming in somebody's face just does it for me.
Okay, so you kind of you feel like you play pretty intense and stuff like that?
Definitely, you got to. I got to bring the energy for the team.
Okay, and where does that kind of mentality come from?
Just comes from watching other people, other pros who play the same way, yelling in people's face, and it just makes me love the game. I love just dunking everything, you shooting the ball, hyping the crowd up, getting your teammates hyped up, stuff like that.
Talking about your game on the court, what are some of your strengths?
Some of my strengths will definitely be my athleticism, my mid-range shot definitely, my footwork, my ability to recover for defensive purposes, to get block shots and stuff. And definitely I'm working on my perimeter game also, so expanding my range. You will see a lot of that added this season.
And what are you doing to expand your range?
Working out 2 hours a day with my assistant coach at Kenwood Academy, Coach Mo. Just working on transition stuff, catch and shoot threes, flare screens, coming off the dribble, stuff like that. Just all small drills you can do that pros do also. Just simple stuff.
Okay. What are some other improvement areas you're doing right now?
Definitely ball handling, working on ball handling every day because, of course, I'm an undersized forward, and I'm going to have to move to the 2 or 3, so definitely working on that.
You're a pretty athletic guy. Have you always been a big-time athlete, or talk about that evolution?
It was an evolution. I started dunking in middle end of 7th grade, and I got my first in-game dunk in my 8th grade year. Probably would have had a lot more if COVID didn't happen. But funny story, my first in-game dunk was a putback over somebody. So my first dunking game was I caught a body.
Okay.
But definitely I would say my athleticism comes from my parents, my mom and my dad. They were both athletes. My dad played every sport, and my mom, she ran track. So definitely both legs in me right now.
Okay. Did they play collegiately, or did they play mainly high school?
They just played mainly high school. Definitely just high school.
Any other athletes that played collegiately in the extended family and stuff like that?
My uncle, he went to college. I forgot where, but he was in the paper. He was very big in Chicago. I forgot what school he went to though. But
did he play basketball, or he played?
He played basketball. Okay. He went to college for basketball. He had a full-ride scholarship.
Okay, nice. Any underrated aspects of your game?
Underrated aspects, I would definitely say my shooting. People think I can't shoot, but if you back up off me, I'm gonna shoot the ball. And like I said, this season, you're gonna see that. So I want you to do that.
Nice. What are some things that you bring to a team off the court?
Definitely laughter. All my teammates say I'm not funny, but that's what makes me funny. I would say my character. I'm always smiling. I'm always messing with people. Always just messing with my guys. Whenever I see you, just give you a hug. It's the type of person I am. Yeah. You're my guy, you're my brother. Yeah. So this is definitely everything pretty much, except for the funniness. I get reminded that a lot.
Talk about your summer. How was it for you? What do you feel like you showed coaches?
My summer was amazing. I picked up six offers this summer. including North Illinois University, Western Illinois, Brown University, Radford, Oakland University, and Illinois State University. I just came back from an unofficial visit to Illinois State University yesterday. That was an amazing visit. So I definitely say that summer was very productive, and I definitely got to show coaches on the UIBL circuit what I can do.
What are some of your goals coming into this season?
Just showing people I'm more than just a dunker, that I can shoot the ball, I can get it out in transition, and that I can create for my teammates.
Okay. Any schools that you haven't heard from that you'd love to hear from?
Not yet. I'm just waiting and seeing the process, just waiting for it all to come to me, because I know hard work, that's all it takes.
You still got a lot of time before you pick a school, but ideally, what would you want out of a school of choice?
Ideally, out of a school of choice, I wouldn't know what I want. I want a fast-paced system, so like a lot of screening rolls, a lot of pushing on the fast break, a lot of spaced out floor, going to their fours mostly. So a school like that.
There's other options as well, overseas, overtime, G League. Is that something that you would consider as well?
It is something I would consider. My mom wouldn't agree with it though. She definitely wants me to go to college, but there's definitely many other ways I can go about that, and I can still get my degree. So we'll talk about it. We'll have that sit down conversation soon.
Yeah, I know academics is pretty big in your family and for you personally. Any idea if you weren't to be going into basketball, what you would like to do?
Currently, I have no idea. I don't know what I'm gonna major in, but something to do with business, stock market, something like that. So probably something with stock market or statistics, or forgot the word. Real estate, definitely. I would love to go in real estate. So learning about that in college would definitely help set me up for my future, like after the ball stops bouncing.
Yeah, so like investing, is that something you've always been interested into?
Definitely. It's something like that I've always wanted to learn because it's such a huge thing and it changes so much. So being able to know and learn that would be amazing. Learning more about you off the court, any unique hobbies or interests and stuff like that? I love to paint and draw, and I play the game a lot, but painting and drawing definitely one of my strengths. I picked it up during quarantine. I've always been drawing my whole life, but one day my mom just came home with some paint materials and I just started painting. So I've been painting ever since. I got a couple artworks posted on my Instagram page.
Nice.
But definitely painting for sure.
What type of stuff do you like to paint?
Anything. I've painted cartoon characters, Chadwick Boseman, Nipsey Hussle, Tyler the Creator. There's a lot of famous influencers and stuff like that.
Any books, movies, TV shows you're into right now?
Any TV shows? Definitely, I would say Snowfall. Snowfall has been really good. Definitely would say Euphoria. Don't come for me for that. But Euphoria is good. I gotta finish that. And I watch a lot of Chicago Fire. That stuff just interests me because my cousin being a firefighter, I could definitely see me doing that sometime in my life.
Okay.
So definitely that.
Chicago Fire?
Yes, that's my show. They gotta come out with some new episodes though. They've been on break.
They're sleeping right now.
Yeah,
right.
but.
So last time we asked you about your hashtag, you said Superman.
Yeah.
So why hashtag Superman?
Pretty much Superman started my sophomore year. We had this Thanksgiving game. So before the season even started, we played Whitney Young in this Thanksgiving tournament, and I had like 22 points and like 10 rebounds. Then we won the game by like 15. And it was a JV game. It was sold out too, which was funny. But I dunked the ball. I think the first play I dunked the ball and I did the thing with the chest. And then at the end of the game, it was a clear path out, but I took off like a foot inside the free throw line and I made it. And I walked to the crowd and I did the Superman thing again. So ever since then, they used to be calling me Superman. Definitely at my school and stuff. Like in the halls, they would be like, "What's up, Superman?" I'll be like, "Yo." But just stuff like that. So that's where Superman came from.
Okay, I love that. Talk about the basketball culture here in Chicago.
Basketball culture is definitely strong. Being in the Mike Irvin here reminds us every time. Chicago basketball, baby, it's nothing better than that. And definitely Chicago is a history built of basketball with all the high school coaches, all the amazing players that came out of Chicago. Just an amazing city for basketball.
And we'll wrap it up with this, but ideally 5 years from now, where do you see yourself?
5 years from now, I see myself, I'll be in college in 5 years, but I see myself definitely planning on working out what I'm going to do when the ball starts bouncing. So setting myself up with internships, opportunities, and definitely going to a school that will get me right for my future and set me up for life pretty much.
Awesome. Thank you for the time, man.
For sure.